Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm back from the dead. I've been away for like literally a year, hasn't it? As you can see, I'm still in my 2019 C43 AMG. It's not gone anywhere. I've not wrapped around a tree. It's not been robbed, nothing like that. And do you know what? I'm still really happy with it. The Tesla Model 3 long range is still also part of the garage, and I don't think that one's going away anytime soon. If anything, I've done so many miles in that one that I hardly do anything in this car now. To put it into numbers for you, I've done, what have I done? Let's have a look. I've done 7,000 miles in this. I reset this at the kind of last Christmas, as in not the Christmas that's just gone, the Christmas before. I've done about 7,000 miles in this. Whereas in the Model 3 I've done like 20,000 odd in the same year. So what's that? 3 times? I've been driving the Model 3 3 times more than this car. Brings me on to the next thing really. I finance my cars. I've got just under a year left on this C43 now. I don't have a Scooby-Doo as to what to replace it with, to keep it. If you guys have been keeping up to date with what's going on in the world, car prices have just gone, like, the used car market's just gone weird. This car's actually worth more than I bought it for 2 and a bit years ago, which is great. It means, part exchange value is amazing. However, anything that I would want to replace it with, has gone up in price as well. So it's a case of, what do I do? Got some tunnels coming up. So even though I love the Model 3, let me show you why I love the C43 hands down. So, that noise alone is why I'm just not ready to move to electric at all, because the Model 3 is miles quicker than this. It's a really practical car. It's very comfortable. It just makes sense. Just realised what's on my back seat. Some sweets. It's the breakfast of champions, guys. A lot of you guys ask me questions in the comments. You send me DMs on Instagram. I've obviously not really been getting back to those, so if any of those questions do still exist, do drop them down in the comment section of this video, or send me a new DM. I'm doing my best to help you guys out, whether it's about this particular C43, AMGs in general. I used to have a CLA 45 prior to this, with various modifications and whatnot. And my question for you is, what would I, given the current car market, what would I actually replace this with in next, I don't even know, well, not next, this September. So that's what, 9 months away, something like that. I don't know whether to go super practical. I mean, this is very practical. It's, you got the 4 doors, but practicality isn't something I really need. The Model 3 does that. I do a lot more mileage in the Model 3 for work and just general life. If anything, it's a bit of an occasion when I do jump into this car. Now, don't say anything daft in the comments. I'm not going to buy Ferrari or McLaren or anything like that. Let's keep it realistic. I'll throw some cars up in the air for you. If I was to stay on the performance side of things, I really love the facelift C43 Coupe, because that's a car that's going to be discontinued. That V8 is going to be is no longer going to be in production in the C63 range, and the coupe shape, that's being retired. So I think if you were to get one of those, you wouldn't lose too much money on it. Obviously the running costs and everything like that will be a lot higher than this, but when I'll probably do even less mileage going forward. We'll probably be looking to do like 5,000 in the next car or something. That's one option. Current gen RS3 saloon. I'm not a fan of the hatchback version. It's a bit too boy racery. I'm 25, still young, but I feel old. I don't feel like I can get away with an RS3 hatchback anymore. What else is there? What's the M stuff coming out with? The only M stuff that I like is the new M3 and M4, but they're just ridiculously expensive, so they're out of the question. I don't like the previous gen M2 or M3, M4. do I go to the SUV market? I really love the RSQ3 Sportback, but you guys hate it. I think YouTube will hate it, so I can leave that one out. You can see I'm a little bit stuck here, to be fair, because there isn't too much more. Like, we are slowly heading towards, obviously, the electric world. I'm not ready to let go, so I would like to enjoy something before that for a little bit longer. Or do I just keep this? Because what I'd do if I kept this, I'd probably wrap it, because when I wrapped my previous CLA 45, once I wrapped it, it just felt like a brand new car again. So that's one way of keeping things fresh. Or just as I'm driving past the Aston Martin garage, do I want an Aston Martin Vantage or something or another along those lines? We can all dream, maybe one day. I do like the new Vantage, but yeah. This G-Wagon, the G-Wagons are the new Range Rovers around here. It's quite annoying. I do like the G-Wagon, but it's got a crappy image now, hasn't it? What else is there really? I don't really know. I should probably update you on the actual running costs of what's been happening in the last year. Literally nothing's gone wrong. I've had to change, all I've done is I've changed all four tyres basically. That's the most money I've spent on it, and that's because they needed changing. They were down to kind of like that 2mm mark. It's not illegal, but getting close. You never want to run it really low, particularly in the winter in icy conditions. I've had another service on the car, but I had a service care plan on the car where I kind of paid I think it was like £40-something a month for three services basically. But I paid it across 2 years, so I'd paid that off kind of back in October or something like that. So when it had its service, all fine, run of the mill. No kind of issues or anything like that, and it didn't cost me any extra money. Issues with car, not really any. It's not had to go back. I think the warranty expires next month, so I don't know, I might just find something to pick at, maybe the tiniest thing, just to kind of get it absolutely perfect before the warranty does expire. But if I do keep the car, I'd get like an extended warranty on it. I think it makes sense. If something does go wrong on cars like this, biturbo V6 ain't going to be cheap. Now, in contrast, the Model 3 has been back in the garage a fair few times for kind of stupid things, really. But I expected that with Tesla. They've not been making cars as long as Mercedes. They're super great, the technology is amazing, but no, silly things that have gone wrong with it. It was literally in the garage the other week. It needs to go back again. So in comparison, in terms of reliability, living with it, it's not been a headache at all. Now I've got minor exhaust modification on this and various other little bits and pieces. They've not caused any trouble. Everything's just gone really smoothly. I put fuel in it every couple of weeks, that's about it. Now obviously fuel's a lot more expensive now than it was like a year ago, but like I said, because I don't do that many miles, I don't feel that as much. So there you have it, guys, a nice easy introduction back into YouTube, easing myself back into it. I've forgotten how to edit. I need to be a bit rusty when you see the finished product. But yeah, plenty more content on the Model 3 and some other stuff. I've got an F8 Tributo, however you pronounce it. I've just been waiting for the weather to be a bit nicer, because that I do not want to wrap around a lamppost, so that'll be coming soon. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.